Welcome, Leo. This is your weekly focus for the week of May the 27th. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Let's get right to the cards and see what they reveal for your week ahead. Okay. Underlying energy is... Do I have the deck upside down? I do. Hang on. You know me, I gotta reshuffle, okay? Hang on. Gotta put the positive energy in there. Somebody asked me once, why? Why, Telly? Why do you reshuffle when you were holding the cards upside down? And, I just find it to be more of a pull down kind of energy when I shuffle them upside down. Not really negative, but more less freer in the approach, less freer with the information. It seems like you can't open up the message as much as you would like to. Does that make sense? Okay. I got it right now. Oh, the Fool's on the bottom right now. Does he stay when I cut? He does. Look at that. The Fool. Are you ready? Oh, see? Habits. Okay, I'm in training, guys. Okay? Tilly 101 has appeared. We have the Fool here for your underlying energy. So this is the underlying energy for your entire week. As you walk through the week, there will be new experiences, aha moments, epiphanies, opportunities, adventures, learning, some kind of where you could grow your knowledge or your wisdom in some way, or maybe it's a great love that you are stepping into, a new relationship, a new job, whatever it might be here. I mean, or it could be several things. Okay, it could definitely be several things. So, this is about going with the flow this week. This is about just experiencing the now and see what happens. This is about talking about what you truly want to bring into your world, especially when it comes to work and career, stuff like that. You want to be talking about... you just never know who may overhear you, or you're putting it out to the universe and it comes back at you. Whatever the magic is that's happening there, the more you talk about it, and maybe even just with yourself, okay? Just have those conversations with you. But there's something about you moving forward in a brand new direction here, a brand new path. Our first card is the Knight of Swords. Wow, well, we'll do so with a vengeance, won't we? We might have a little bit too much energy here. Is that good? Yeah, I think it is. This is like you have been coming through a deep, dark, thick forest. And you had to dismount off your stallion. You had to walk it through because there wasn't anywhere to really ride or step. And you kind of had to create your own path at times. And now you've hit this open field with this huge expansive horizon. Now remember, this is a knight. So the knight energy is young. We can make mistakes. We can act too quickly without thinking things through. So keep that in mind as you jump on that stallion, you raise your sword and you yell charge. There potentially, like, there's some kind of groundbreaking energy that just sends you charging towards it. So I would caution you to pull it back a little bit and think about it, but what a great card to start with. We have the Five of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. Five of Pentacles. I'll get it yet. Don't worry. There's hope for me. You can teach an old dog new tricks. It's been proven. Five of Pentacles. This can't happen too soon for you. It almost seems like you keep pushing and you keep smiling and you keep doing, and it's just not like it should be. Like, what you've done towards it. You know what you've given it. a passion, a dream, a desire of yours. And this is really an energy where we kind of want to throw in the towel. If you look very closely, it's actually getting a little foggy now. We're not seeing our way. We're losing our focus on what's most important, of what needs to be the priority. Once we understand what that priority is, and that's only going to happen if we sit in quiet contemplation and have a conversation seemingly with ourselves. But once we get that awareness, we feel that of energy, right? This energy down here, we feel it. We come to life. And that's when we turn around, and that's when we see that we've been sitting on the threshold of the door of abundance this whole time. Now it's up to us to knock on the door, turn the doorknob, walk through. What's on the other side? What lays on the other side? When you look at your best life ever, where is that path leading you to? What part of it? Where do you want the growth to be? The transformation to be? Okay. The Hangman. So try and detach from the emotion. I think your emotion will actually steer you in the wrong direction. It's more of tapping into your wisdom, your knowledge. Of course, your gut feeling is important, okay? That intuition that is calling you, but we want to have something doable. We want to have something practical. And so we're thinking through our here and now. It's very important for you to be present this week. Don't go into the past and don't go too far into the future. You want to remain present. That's where you're going to be most effective. That's when you're going to be able to look at problem areas and know exactly what to do to make it a wonderful place, a wonderful part of your life. You will get those aha moments. You will get those epiphanies. Look at where you have control over things, where you want control, where you need control. Understand what you can give up. You do not need to control. And utilize that time, that energy, or those resources towards your priority, your potential is what I heard. Your potential. The card that lays above is the Queen of Wands. Well, you may be taking risks. And like I said, with the Knight of Swords here, we might get too rambunctious. We may not think it through. The same thing with the Queen of Wands. She's one that she can get burnt in taking too much of a risk at times. But she's full of enthusiasm. She's full of knowledge. She's full of divine wisdom. She researches, she asks the questions, but she gets her enthusiasm and it takes her away and she starts to grow it into this marvelous thing, and she misses steps sometimes because of that. But those steps don't deter her, those missteps. What she does is then she evaluates as she goes. So it's not like we need that plan or that strategy, etched out in stone. We need some guidelines. We need some, limitations. We need that's not the right word, boundaries. We need healthy boundaries in where we will give and where we will stop in our endeavors of our path forward. Know that the cat sits in front of her. The cats are very independent and very sneaky and might be a very innovative way that you move forward. But you are filled with enthusiasm. That enthusiasm sparks interest from other parties who are now looking at what you're doing too, asking questions. And like I said before here, we want to talk, right? Okay, so underneath we have the Devil. So that's going to sit right there on us. Okay, we have the Devil. The Devil is a card that tells us to leave behind what no longer serves us, no longer has value in our life, no longer supports us in the way we need it to in order to go forward. That could be a relationship. That could be an environment. That could be a perception. Absolutely. To let it go, fall into the fires, burn to ash. when we allow ourselves to let go of some of the things that are clouding our issues, right? What's going to happen when the fire hits that fog? It's going to dissipate completely, right? Because fog is a moisture. Which, and oh my gosh, there's fire, there's light, there's what's going on, and we jump up and we get really enthused about where we want to go and what we want to do and what we want to step into. So leave room for a lot of flexibility here, okay? It could lead to some great career opportunities, definitely, or a great love, but I'm getting more of, it's a pentacle sitting in the middle. It's not a cups. I'm going to go more work and career related here. As we start off the week, we have the Lovers, so we are embracing our passions, our dreams, our desires. We are thinking of them. We're dreaming of them. We can see the potential of stepping into them. This could be definitely a relationship, growing those bonds deeper, stronger as well. And as we leave the week, we have decisions to make. We're standing there. All of a sudden, there's more options. All of a sudden, there's more ways of being able to go forward. In different areas, perhaps, of our life. This is work and career, but I can also do a money stream here. And somebody told me about this investment possibility over there. And I can also join that community out in the community and help the community in some way. Use community way too many times there. This is us sitting here, standing here, really holding on to the first one, looking out towards our tomorrow. Eventually we'll move over and we'll look at it a different way, or a whole different path, different choices, different options. Eventually we'll move over to the third one and come to some conclusions about how we truly want to go forward. But it's like we want to get our ducks in a row. We want to think about the possibilities of what we'll be stepping into. Is it doable? Is it practical? We do have the Hangman right here. So it's very much about understanding what we are capable of, what we have the energy for, the vitality for. Do we have the time, the resources in order to make this a reality going forward? Or are we going to have those things as stumbling blocks? And what do we do about those stumbling blocks if that is the case? Work and career, we have the Ten of Swords. You've done a lot in order to get to the here and now, but I think you are reinventing yourself in some way. You are rebranding yourself in some way when it comes to work, when it comes to career, when it comes to maybe your stature within the community. Those swords are not in your back, otherwise there'd be a pool of blood there. Those swords are behind you. They are your shield of strength. They represent the paths that you had to walk through, fires and trauma and war zones, in order to get to the here and now. In order to have the wisdom to take you forward with a strength towards a legacy, a destiny is what I'm hearing. And I think just about anything can happen right now when it comes to it. I mean, we have the Fool card directly across from it, right? The Fool card to the Queen of Wands, to the Ten of Swords. So we're on a brand new path. We get really excited about the path. We got really beaten up because we just jumped into the path more often than not. And now we feel that... But the 10 is actually, right? The 10. What is the 10? The 10 is luck. The 10 is seasons changing. The 10 is the wheel turning. The 10 is the beginning of new chapters in your life. And to start writing them now. If we come up this way, we change some of those habits, some of those behaviors. We let go of those things that don't work for us in our life and allow the things that push us forward, support us to go forward, push us to a point where now we are thinking in a logical sense of, where do I need control going forward? Where do I need to let go of those things? How can I be present in the moment and do what I'm capable of doing now? Was it Helen Keller that says, I cannot do everything, therefore... I cannot do everything, but I can do one thing. And because I can do one thing, I can do something. So always think of the something that you can do each and every moment and how to work that into your life. And then we get to here, right? Through thinking and through challenging and letting go of some things we shouldn't have, and grabbing onto other things that we must, or we missed those opportunities along the way, but they were all learning experiences once again to get us to the here and now. So I really see that you're kind of in this spot of something opens up to you. I think this is something that you have been thinking about for a very long time. I mean, you walk into the week with some kind of deep desire or passion or love for something or someone, and it could very well be what you have been preparing for your entire life without realizing it. For love and relationships, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about the invention of your tomorrow, of what you want love to look like in your life. To start to believe that it's almost like fantasizing. It's like play acting. Tony Robbins said, he told this one guy he was having a really hard time with his wife, and nothing that he did worked, and so they went back and forth from trying to love her to hating her to somewhere in between. And so Tony Robbins said, every day you're just going to be wonderful. You're going to be as nice as pie. You're going to do it every single day, all the time. And so this guy was like, this is crackers, right? So at first, he went home, and no matter what he did, buy flowers, compliments, it didn't take them out to dinner. It didn't matter. She was thinking, oh, he's on to something. He did something really bad he's got to confess to. Look how nice he's being to me all of a sudden. I'm not falling for this, right? So, of course, she's doing the pushback, which is quite a natural thing to do. But as the weeks went on and he stuck to it, what happened was she started to reciprocate everything that he was doing. And the relationship flourished in a way that nobody saw coming. Probably except for Tony Robbins himself. So nothing is impossible. It's what works for you, though. It's about going within and understanding what a relationship means to you. Is it the new beginning? There could be new beginnings here. Look at this, huh? That card is touching the Fool. So, there could be brand new beginnings when it comes to love and relationships. There could be a lot of enthusiasm and new starts. And maybe you're taking a little bit of a risk. Maybe some people have told you that person's not a great person, but you saw something in them and you thought, I don't know if they know the person that I'm starting to know. What else can we look at here? We already looked here. Here, do you not feel entitled to the love that you get? Or do you constantly give of yourself and you're not getting anything in return? Once again, we need to stand up. We need to address the issue. When we do, we see how close we are to new successes. We'll pull one more card here, and we've got the Moon card. The Moon card is going to go right on to the Five of Pentacles. So it's about knowing ourselves in some way a little bit better. Maybe our deepest desires, or maybe a visit with our shadow self, the things that we try to hide from other people, and we try to even hide from ourselves sometimes about who we are, and learning about ourselves in some way on why we are not understanding or feeling the vibration, at least, of the door of abundance right literally behind us. The moon is about your heart, your centeredness. We have the wolf in the middle of the card. That represents freedom, liberation, the wild calling to you. And we had that in our very first card, right? So we want to feel that liberation. We want to feel that joy, that celebration, that, you can't stop me now, charge. But we do need to focus on the here and now. We do need to understand what brings us in balance. Are the things in our life that we have in the present moment supporting us and helping us and moving us forward, or are they pulling us back? Do we have a sense of enthusiasm? Do we try to bring in a joy, a happiness on a regular basis? How do we create that in our lives? Sometimes we do have to paint our own rainbow. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.